Jamaican beef patties, golden brown, flaky crust, savory, spicy filling. They are a taste of Jamaica. Street food, comfort food, a symbol of the island. The aroma hits you first. Warm spices, a hint of heat. Then you see them piled high in glass cases. The anticipation builds. One bite and you understand. The flaky crust shatters, giving way to the flavorful filling. Spicy, savory, and utterly satisfying. This is more than just food, it's a cultural experience. Let me share the secrets of this Jamaican classic. The filling is the heart of the patty. Ground beef is essential. When selecting your ground beef, aim for a balance between lean and fat. Too lean, and the filling might end up dry. Too fatty, and it could become greasy. A good 80-20ths mix is often ideal. The quality of the beef can make a significant difference in the final taste, so if possible, opt for freshly ground beef from a trusted butcher. This ensures that the meat is fresh and free from any unwanted additives. But the flavor? That comes from the spices. Spices are the soul of this dish, transforming simple ground beef into a symphony of flavors. Each spice brings its own unique note to the melody. The right combination can elevate your filling from ordinary to extraordinary. Scotch bonnet peppers bring the heat. Jalapenos work too. These peppers not only add heat, but also a depth of flavor that is both fruity and fiery. If you prefer a milder heat, you can de-seed the peppers before adding them. For those who love a good kick, leave the seeds in. Remember, the heat level can always be adjusted to suit your taste. Spices like thyme, allspice, and cumin add warmth and depth. Thyme brings a subtle earthiness, allspice offers a hint of sweetness and warmth, and cumin adds a smoky undertone. These spices work together to create a complex and layered flavor profile. Don't be afraid to experiment with the quantities to find the perfect balance for your palate. Don't forget the onion, garlic, and fresh thyme. Onions and garlic are the backbone of many savory dishes, providing a robust base flavor. Fresh thyme, with its slightly minty and lemony notes, adds a fresh and aromatic touch. When chopping onions and garlic, aim for a fine dice to ensure they cook evenly and blend seamlessly into the filling. Brown the beef with the onions and garlic. This step is crucial as it develops the rich, deep flavors that make the filling so delicious. Browning the beef also helps to render out some of the fat, which can then be used to cook the onions and garlic, infusing them with even more flavor. Make sure to stir frequently to prevent burning and to ensure even cooking. Add the spices and let them bloom. Blooming the spices in hot oil releases their essential oils, intensifying their flavors. This step is what takes the filling from good to great. As the spices hit the hot pan, you'll notice a burst of aroma that fills the kitchen, a sign that the spices are releasing their full potential. The aroma will fill your kitchen. There's something incredibly comforting about the smell of spices and beef cooking together. It's a scent that promises a delicious meal is on the way. Take a moment to enjoy this sensory experience. It's one of the joys of cooking. A little water helps to cook the meat through. Adding water creates steam, which helps to cook the beef evenly and keeps it moist. It also helps to deglaze the pan, lifting all those flavorful browned bits from the bottom and incorporating them back into the filling. This step ensures that every bite is packed with flavor. Taste and adjust the seasoning. This is your opportunity to fine-tune the flavors, add a pinch of salt or a dash of pepper if needed. Remember, seasoning is a personal preference, so trust your taste buds. If you feel it needs a bit more heat, add a touch more pepper. If it needs more depth, a sprinkle of allspice or cumin can do wonders. This is your chance to make it your own. Feel free to add your favorite spices or ingredients. Some people like to add a splash of soy sauce for umami, or a bit of brown sugar for a hint of sweetness. Others might add chopped bell peppers or carrots for extra texture and flavor. The beauty of this recipe is its versatility. Remember, the filling should be flavorful and moist. The final product should be a harmonious blend of spices, heat, and savory beef, with each bite offering a burst of flavor. Whether you're using this filling for patties, tacos, or another dish, the key is to ensure it's well seasoned and moist. A dry filling can ruin the entire dish, so don't be afraid to add a bit more water or broth if needed. Enjoy the process and the delicious results. The pastry is just as important as the filling. It needs to be flaky and golden brown. The secret? Cold butter and a bit of turmeric. Turmeric gives the pastry its signature yellow hue. It also adds a subtle earthy flavor. Use cold butter and shortening for the flakiest crust. Mix the ingredients quickly. Don't overwork the dough. Wrap it tightly and let it rest in the refrigerator. This allows the gluten to relax, resulting in a tender crust. Section 4. From dough to delight, assembling your patties. This is where the magic happens, transforming simple ingredients into a delicious treat that will impress your family and friends. Now comes the fun part, assembling the patties. This is a step that brings joy and creativity into the kitchen. It's a chance to get hands-on and really connect with the food you're making. Whether you're doing this alone or with loved ones, it's a moment to savor. Roll out the dough on a lightly floured surface. Make sure to sprinkle just enough flour to prevent sticking, but not too much that it alters the texture of the dough. The goal is to achieve a smooth, even surface that will make the next steps easier. Use a bowl or a large cookie cutter to cut out circles. The size of the circles will determine the size of your patties, so choose according to your preference. If you don't have a cookie cutter, a glass or any round object with a sharp edge will do the trick. Press firmly to ensure clean cuts. Place a spoonful of the cooled beef filling in the center of each circle. Don't overfill. It's important to leave enough room around the edges to seal the patties properly. The filling should be evenly distributed to ensure each bite is packed with flavor. If you prefer, you can experiment with different fillings like chicken, vegetables, or even cheese. Fold the dough over to form a semicircle. Gently press the edges together to start sealing the patty. This step requires a bit of patience and care to ensure the filling stays inside and the dough doesn't tear. If the dough feels too dry, you can lightly moisten the edges with water to help them stick together better. Crimp the edges tightly to seal in the filling. This is crucial to prevent the filling from leaking out during cooking. You can use your fingers to pinch the edges together, making sure there are no gaps. This step also adds a decorative touch to your patties, giving them a homemade, rustic look. A fork works well for this. Press the tines of the fork along the edges to create a tight seal and a beautiful pattern. This method is not only effective, but also adds a professional finish to your patties. If you want to get creative, you can use different tools or techniques to crimp the edges, such as a pastry wheel or even your own unique design. Brush the tops with egg wash for a beautiful golden shine. The egg wash not only gives the patties a lovely color, but also helps to create a slightly crispy texture on the outside. To make the egg wash, simply beat an egg with a little water or milk. Use a pastry brush to apply it evenly over the surface of each patty. This final touch will make your patties look as good as they taste, ready to be baked to perfection. Arrange the patties on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Make sure to leave some space between each patty to allow for even baking. The parchment paper will prevent them from sticking to the sheet and make cleanup easier. If you prefer, you can also use a silicone baking mat. Preheat your oven to the recommended temperature. This step is crucial to ensure that your patties bake evenly and achieve the perfect texture. While the oven is heating up, take a moment to clean up your workspace and prepare for the next steps. Place the baking sheet in the preheated oven and set a timer. Baking times may vary depending on the size and thickness of your patties, so keep an eye on them as they cook. You'll know they're done when they turn a beautiful golden brown and the edges are crispy. Once baked, carefully remove the patties from the oven and place them on a cooling rack. Allow them to cool slightly before serving. This will help the filling set and make them easier to handle. Enjoy your homemade patties warm, fresh out of the oven, or save them for later. They make great leftovers. Section 5. A bite of history, the story behind the patty. The Jamaican beef patty is more than just a delicious snack. It is a culinary icon that carries with it a rich tapestry of history and culture. To truly appreciate this beloved dish, we must delve into its origins and the journey it has taken to become a staple in Jamaican cuisine. Jamaican beef patties have a rich history. These golden, flaky pastries filled with seasoned meat are a testament to the island's diverse cultural influences. The story of the Jamaican beef patty is one of adaptation and fusion, reflecting the island's complex history of colonization, migration, and cultural exchange. Some say they are a descendant of the Cornish pasty, brought to the island by British colonists. The Cornish pasty, a savoury pastry filled with meat and vegetables, was a popular dish among British miners and labourers. When the British colonised Jamaica in the 17th century, they brought with them their culinary traditions, including the Cornish pasty. Over time, the pasty was adapted to suit local tastes and ingredients, giving rise to the Jamaican beef patty we know today. Others claim they have African roots. Enslaved Africans brought to Jamaica also contributed to the island's culinary landscape. They introduced a variety of spices and cooking techniques that have become integral to Jamaican cuisine. The use of spices such as allspice, thyme, and Scotch bonnet peppers in the beef patty filling is a nod to African culinary traditions. The combination of British and African influences resulted in a unique and flavorful dish that is distinctly Jamaican. Whatever their origin, Jamaican beef patties have become a beloved national dish. They are enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds, and their popularity extends far beyond the shores of Jamaica. In cities around the world with significant Jamaican communities, you can find bakeries and restaurants serving up these tasty pastries. The Jamaican beef patty has become a symbol of the island's vibrant culture and culinary heritage. They are sold everywhere from street corners to restaurants. In Jamaica, you can find beef patties being sold by street vendors, in bakeries and in restaurants. They are a convenient and affordable snack that can be enjoyed on the go or as part of a larger meal. The ubiquity of the beef patty in Jamaica is a testament to its enduring popularity and cultural significance. These patties are more than just food. They are a symbol of Jamaican culture and identity. The process of making beef patties is a labor of love that involves skill and creativity. From the preparation of the dough to the seasoning of the meat filling, each step is a reflection of the care and pride that goes into creating this iconic dish. For many Jamaicans, the beef patty is a reminder of home and a connection to their cultural roots. They are a symbol of Jamaican culture and identity. The beef patty is often enjoyed during cultural celebrations and gatherings, where it is shared with family and friends. It is a dish that brings people together and fosters a sense of community. The vibrant colours and bold flavours of the beef patty are a reflection of the island's lively spirit and rich cultural heritage. Each bite tells a story of resilience, creativity and flavour. The Jamaican beef patty is a testament to the island's ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity. It is a dish that has evolved over centuries, incorporating elements from different cultures to create something uniquely Jamaican. Whether enjoyed as a quick snack or as part of a larger meal, the beef patty is a delicious reminder of the island's rich history and cultural diversity. So the next time you take a bite of a Jamaican beef patty, remember the journey it has taken to become the beloved dish it is today.